Joining me now is Michael Landau. Michael is a professional musician, Feldenkrais practitioner, and the founder of persistentgrowth.com. Welcome to the show, Michael.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you for inviting me.
Yes, very nice to see you here. So, Michael, you help clients to create healthy habits, especially with movement and physical activity. And this show is all about forming healthy habits that serve you right. So, my first question for you is, how do we form habits that are healthy, and how do we start to eliminate the ones that aren't so good for us?
Yeah, I can tell you about myself.
Mhm.
I was a university teacher in music schools for 30 years, so I never really thought about it much. My schedule was a given, it was done for me. I knew when it's working time and when I'm free. So the habitual pattern of how to build the day was never an issue.
Right.
And then 3 years ago, I quit the university and decided to dedicate myself to the Feldenkrais method that you mentioned. I've also been a Feldenkrais practitioner for 30 years, which is a work of, it's a method that works with movement and awareness, or
Mhm.
awareness through movement. And becoming an entrepreneur, like having my own business, was a big shock for me because I noticed that I have no idea how to build habits, how to manage my time, how to know what to do next.
Mhm.
So this is when I started going into the issue of habit building.
Mhm.
Had to create my own ways of knowing what I do every day, what is important to do every day, what
Mhm.
can wait, how to prioritize. Um, so yeah, how do we build habits? So
Yeah.
of course you have to know where you want to get, and see what is a step that if you take it regularly would get you closer there. So this
Okay.
is like a my general idea. Habits are what takes us where we are going,
Mhm.
because these are the things that we keep doing, we do again and again. They can take us off track, or they can lead us to where we would like to get. So it's really important
Mhm.
to,
Yeah,
to notice to notice what it is that you do regularly. Really focusing on habits started with the pandemic. When I
ah,
moved my whole I couldn't give classes in my studio. I couldn't do hand-on sessions. It all went on online, and I thought, okay, what can I offer online? And I
mhm.
came up with this thing that is more focused on habit, make it much shorter and make it daily. And I built this awareness of movement practice that is 3 minutes long, and you do it daily. So
Mhm.
I've created these really short sessions in which you take the time and you take 3 minutes to
Mhm.
really stop daily life, stop the rat race, and look into yourself and do things in a very controlled and focused way. And so this was really about creating the habit of awareness and self-care on a daily basis. Over time, and people who stayed with me for months confirmed, this is my proof of the experiment, that
Yes.
it really makes a difference. They look forward to it, so it really becomes a habit.
Uh-huh.
It becomes part of their day, every day for over months, and they notice after a while. I get all of these comments that say, I notice things more, I am more focused, I move better. I, I can't imagine having done today's session 3 months ago
Uh-huh.
because something built up. Yeah, if you really take time to improve 0.5% of whatever it is that you're doing
Mhm.
every day, it adds up to a real change.
That's amazing. And so you're talking about movement and moving your body. Does this apply to other things? Like if people are trying to find some discipline and habit with their eating pattern or with meditation or maybe work pace or uh, can we apply this 3 minutes to other things for creation of good habits?
I'm sure you can apply the format to anything you want to change in your life,
Mhm.
but you'll have to find out what is meaningful to do in 3 minutes in
Mhm.
any area. So I work with movement, so this is where I focused, and I've created this whole long series of different sessions. So it's a
Sure.
different one each day. It's not something that you repeat
Nice.
mechanically.
Mhm.
And but in this work, in the Feldenkrais world, movement is a doorway. It's not really about movement as something
Mhm.
separate from our whole being. So we use movement to increase focus, to improve your way of being in the world.
Mhm.
So movement is life. So you look at movement, and you change as a whole.
So, how could people get started then? Where can they find your program and how could they get started with this?
So you're welcome to enter my page. It is called persistent-growth.com.
Mhm.
Um, and if you sign up and you're interested, you get 3 free samples of these 3-minute
Nice.
sessions. So like in 3 days in a row, you get a session. You take 3 minutes and move and see if it makes sense to you.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So this is my homepage.
Yes. Yeah, that's great that people can sample and it's over a few days so you can see that 3 minutes and I think anyone can find 3 minutes, and
Absolutely.
and by trying it over a few days, you're seeing that, oh, this is a habit that I could form. I think most people would come to that conclusion. Thanks so much for joining me.